So now I'm talking to Bill Clayton. Bill, like Retha, has set up a ME support group for patients. Bill, if you'd just like to talk a little bit about your organisation.
Yeah, by all means. It's a support and awareness group, really, that I set up once I realised, having come through the process of being diagnosed, that there's not a lot of support out there. And I thought there must be an awful lot more people out there like me who need a bit of help. And so I put the group together.
And when did you do that?
That was around 5 or 6 years ago. So it wasn't immediately after I'd been diagnosed, because I was still trying to get back to work and trying to keep on doing everything that you normally do. So about 5 or 6 years ago.
Okay, and when you initially set up your group, did you experience any challenges in terms of getting the word out, or people not taking your group seriously, that kind of thing?
Bit of a mixed bag, really, because as we know, even today, ME isn't up there with one of the big names, if you like, of illnesses that we are aware of. It was tricky, but I started quite early by attracting businesses into the group so that I could get the community to be aware of the illness, and then that attracted people with the illness to click on the website and the chat rooms, etc., which then moved into a Facebook group. So yeah, bit of a mixed bag in how it all came together.
Yeah, okay. And since you set up your group, how much progress do you think you've made in your local area in terms of patient support? Are you finding that patients are coming to you now and the feedback you're getting is saying thank you so much for your support, because I feel supported now where they didn't before? Yeah,
very much so. It started off where I felt obliged to answer each and every comment on the Facebook group, but it's blossomed so much now that I don't have to get involved. People are joining up, asking questions that are really difficult for them to ask, because even their families sometimes don't accept that they're ill, and they've got great support and are very grateful for the group for that. And it's doing very well on that front.
In terms of COVID-19, we can't ignore the elephant in the room. Have you noticed that you've had more traffic over the past year or so, or has that not picked up in your area yet?
I think I've had a couple have joined, but we tend to ask the question before you join the group, do you have ME?
Yeah.
We don't actually stretch out and reach out to people with long COVID, but we would accept anybody that needs support, quite simply.
Yeah, because you're also on Twitter, aren't you? Have you been engaging with long COVIDs on Twitter?
I have. It's really to let them know that we've learned a lot of lessons in our time through having ME, and knowing the lack of support, the lack of medical knowledge, the lack of medical belief, that they could be jumping through lots of hoops that we've already jumped through. So I speak to quite a lot of people who are grateful for our support, and the biggest message to get over to them is from day one: rest up.
Yeah.
Don't push through. And did I say it's something that we can't, like you say, it's the elephant in the room, we can't ignore. And I just hope ME can jump on the back of any research that comes about because of long COVID.
Yeah, completely agree. I think anyone watching this that doesn't have ME shouldn't underestimate just how powerful having that support is. As someone who lives in Portsmouth, I'm not in your area, I wasn't aware of any support groups when I set up ME Foggy Dog, and it's a very lonely place to be. When I set up ME Foggy Dog, I didn't even know there were national charities. Mm-hmm. And I think once you know that community is there, and someone that's going through what you're going through is there to help you, it's amazing, whether that's a fellow patient or a community group like yours. And from the very start of COVID, we've been saying any virus has got the potential to cause a chronic illness. And we've been proven right, unfortunately. So the need for support groups is growing.
Yeah.
1.1 million long COVIDs now, some of those are going on to get an ME/CFS diagnosis. The need for groups like yours is growing exponentially. But fortunately, the patients are the experts on ME/CFS and this type of chronic illness, so the support is there. So if there are any newly chronically sick patients watching this, please do reach out, because groups like Bill's are there for you to access. So if you want to just say the name of your Facebook group is the York ME Community.
Yep, easy to find, and a couple of simple questions will get you in there and get you as much support as you need.
Okay. Well, thank you very much for chatting to me today, Bill.
My pleasure.
Amazing. Keep up the great work.
Thank you very much. Bye.
Bye.